Welcome to our Sunday Tribute, a heartfelt reflection on the iconic wrestlers we've lost over the past years. Their unparalleled contributions to the wrestling world have left an indelible mark, inspiring generations of fans. Today, we also bring you sad news about Dominic Mysterio, whose recent situation has touched the hearts of many. Join us as we celebrate their legacies through moving tributes and cherished memories. Subscribe to stay connected and keep their powerful stories alive for future generations. Tarzan Goto, born on August 16, 1963 in Japan, was a celebrated figure in professional wrestling, known for his powerful, dynamic presence in the ring and an undeniable charisma that captured the hearts of fans. His untimely passing at the age of 58 left a deep void in the wrestling world, though his impact and legacy continue to resonate with those who admired his career. Goto began his journey in wrestling in the late 1980s, quickly making waves across various promotions, including New Japan Pro Wrestling, NJPW, and All Japan Pro Wrestling, AJPW. In each match, his agility and strength were on full display. He could deliver high-flying moves with precision and follow them up with brutal, bone-jarring strikes, creating an unforgettable combination of skill and raw power. This unique blend made him a versatile performer, able to seamlessly adapt to the contrasting styles of opponents, whether in intense, fast-paced singles matches or grueling tag team battles. His ability to engage fans, drawing them into each story told through his moves, earned him a loyal following that only grew with each match. Throughout his career, Goto held multiple championships, each one a testament to his relentless dedication and remarkable talent. His contributions to tag team wrestling were especially prominent, as he teamed up with numerous notable wrestlers, building chemistry with partners that added layers to his in-ring persona. Together, they created moments that fans would talk about for years. Tarzan Goto's influence, spirit, and dedication to the sport continue to inspire countless fans and wrestlers, ensuring that his legacy remains alive and celebrated for generations to come. Paul "Butcher" Vachon, born on October 7, 1937 in Montreal, Quebec, left a complex legacy in professional wrestling, known for his resilience, charisma, and influence on the sport. As part of the storied Vachon wrestling family, Paul's career played a pivotal role in shaping the family's place in wrestling history, though not without challenges along the way. Paul Vachon entered the wrestling world in the 1950s, and over time, he developed a fearsome reputation as the Butcher. Alongside his brother, Maurice "Mad Dog" Vachon, he formed a formidable duo that dominated opponents across various wrestling territories. While celebrated, the Vachon brothers' brutal style sometimes attracted controversy, and their approach wasn't universally embraced. Nevertheless, they were mainstays in the American Wrestling Association, AWA, and National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, winning multiple tag team championships, but often facing stiff competition and physical strain. In his solo career, Paul Vachon took on some of wrestling's most prominent stars. His aggressive, unrestrained style garnered a dedicated following, but the toll of his tactics was significant, and his health faced ongoing risks. His relentless approach in the ring was not without consequences, both physically and in terms of longevity within the industry. Outside the ring, Paul Vachon continued to make his mark, sharing stories of wrestling's golden age through appearances and memoirs that offer a more complex picture of the sport's history. Paul Vachon passed away at 86, closing the chapter on a life deeply embedded in wrestling. His legacy, both as part of the famed Vachon family and as an individual wrestler, leaves a lasting impact, though it highlights the intense and sometimes perilous nature of the profession. Terry Funk, born Terrence Funk on June 30, 1944, in Hammond, Indiana, was an iconic figure in professional wrestling whose career spanned an impressive 5 decades. Celebrated for his versatility, toughness, and relentless dedication, Funk's impact on the wrestling world was both profound and far-reaching, particularly as a pioneer of hardcore wrestling. Growing up in a family deeply rooted in wrestling, his father, Dory Funk Sr., and brother, Dory Funk Jr., were both acclaimed wrestlers. Terry began his wrestling journey in 1965. From the outset, he showcased a powerful blend of technical skill and grit that quickly elevated him to stardom. In the 1980s and 1990s, Funk redefined his career by embracing a more extreme style, pushing the boundaries of wrestling with wild, intense bouts involving weapons and violent elements, particularly in ECW, Extreme Championship Wrestling, and All Japan Pro Wrestling. His heated rivalry with Ric Flair and his innovative performances in ECW were groundbreaking, setting new standards of intensity and inspiring future generations of wrestlers. Funk's signature gravelly voice, rugged cowboy persona, and exceptional ability to connect with audiences made him a beloved figure in wrestling. His foray into Hollywood, with roles in films like Roadhouse, expanded his cultural footprint beyond the ring. Recognized for his contributions to the sport, he was inducted into multiple halls of fame, including the WWE Hall of Fame in 2009, a testament to his legendary career and influence. Terry Funk passed away at 79, leaving behind a legacy that endures as a symbol of innovation and passion. His influence on wrestling remains unmatched, securing his place among the sport's greatest icons. Nelson Frazier Jr., born on February 14, 1971, in Memphis, Tennessee, was a well-known figure in professional wrestling, famous for his roles as Mabel, Viscera, and Big Daddy V. His impressive size and dynamic performances made him a memorable presence in the ring over several decades. Frazier's career took off in the early 1990s when he joined the WWF as Mabel, a member of the hip-hop-inspired tag team Men on a Mission, alongside Mo, with Oscar as their manager. Together, they brought energy and won the WWF Tag Team Championship in 1994. Mabel's popularity surged when he won the 1995 King of the Ring tournament, becoming King Mabel and starting a major rivalry with Diesel for the WWF Championship. After a short break, Frazier returned in 1999 as Viscera, joining The Undertaker's Ministry of Darkness. His intimidating look and strength made him a powerful enforcer in some of WWE's most thrilling storylines at the time. In the mid-2000s, Frazier transformed again as Big Daddy V, now part of WWE's ECW brand. With manager Matt Striker, he faced off against stars like CM Punk and Kane, continuing his reputation as a fierce competitor. Nelson Frazier Jr. passed away from a heart attack, leaving behind a legacy of unforgettable characters and a lasting impact in wrestling. His personas Mabel, Viscera, and Big Daddy V are remembered for their unique contributions to the sport. Chris Benoit, born on May 21, 1967, was a Canadian professional wrestler known for his technical skill and dedication to his craft. He passed away at the age of 40 in a tragic event that impacted both the wrestling community and fans worldwide. Benoit's career began in the late 1980s, and he worked across several promotions, including New Japan Pro Wrestling and World Championship Wrestling, WCW, before joining World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE. Renowned for his intense, hard-hitting style, Benoit became a two-time world champion, holding both the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship. His 2004 Royal Rumble victory further established his status in wrestling history. Benoit was respected by fans and peers alike for his strong work ethic and commitment, often pushing himself to the limits of physical endurance in his matches. In 2007, however, Benoit's life came to a tragic end. In June of that year, he and his family were found dead in their home in Georgia, leading to investigations and widespread discussions within and beyond the wrestling world. The incident brought attention to issues related to mental health, the possible effects of concussions in wrestling, and the role of steroid use in athletes' lives. While the tragedy surrounding his death remains a difficult chapter, Benoit's wrestling career is marked by notable achievements and contributions to the industry. His legacy remains complex, viewed by fans with a mix of respect for his in-ring talents and reflection on the circumstances surrounding his passing. Bryan Adams, born on April 24, 1964, was a professional wrestler renowned for his career in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, and World Championship Wrestling, WCW, throughout the 1990s. Before wrestling, Adams excelled as an amateur athlete, bringing impressive strength and athleticism to the ring under the ring name Crush. Adams joined WWF in 1990, where he quickly gained popularity as part of the tag team Demolition with Axe and Smash. Together, they dominated the tag team division. winning the WWF Tag Team Championship and establishing themselves as one of the era's most formidable teams. After this initial success, Adams transitioned to a villainous role, joining the Nation of Domination and developing his character further. Following his time in WWF, Adams moved to WCW, where he continued to make his mark as part of the New World Order, NWO faction. His stint in WCW gave him the opportunity to compete in high-profile matches, facing off against some of wrestling's biggest stars and contributing to the company's success during the Monday Night Wars. Bryan Adams passed away at the age of 56. His legacy endures within the wrestling world, remembered for his significant contributions, unforgettable matches, and the charismatic presence he brought to the sport. Mike Awesome, born on January 24, 1970, was an American professional wrestler renowned for his powerful presence and his trailblazing career in both Extreme Championship Wrestling, ECW, and World Wrestling Federation, WWF. Towering at an imposing 6 feet 6 inches and weighing a solid 275 pounds, Awesome combined raw power with remarkable agility, a rare and mesmerizing combination that made him a standout in a crowded wrestling scene. His powerful frame and high-energy style made every move feel like a spectacle, and he quickly became a force to be reckoned with in the ring. Awesome began his wrestling journey in the early 1990s, captivating audiences with his daring high-flying maneuvers and thunderous slams, often defying what one might expect from someone of his size. His tenure in ECW became legendary, where he held the title of ECW World Heavyweight Champion twice, a testament to his dominance and charisma. His signature move, the Awesome Bomb, was a jaw-dropping display of his strength, a move that saw him lift his opponent high before slamming them to the mat with earth-shaking force. Fans cheered as he took on celebrated adversaries like Taz and RVD, delivering electrifying matches filled with audacious moves that left crowds roaring. In 2001, Awesome made waves by signing with WCW, briefly joining their New Blood faction as he sought to expand his career. However, his journey eventually led him back to the WWF later that year, where he participated in a range of storylines and tag team matches. Although his time there was shorter than fans had hoped, he left an impression as a daring competitor with unparalleled skill. Tragically, Mike Awesome passed away at just 37, in an apparent suicide that sent shockwaves through the wrestling community. Mike Von Erich, born Michael Brett Adkisson on March 2, 1964, was a member of the iconic Von Erich wrestling family, a name celebrated for its achievements yet shadowed by tragedy. The fourth son of wrestling legend Fritz Von Erich, Mike followed in the footsteps of his brothers, Kerry, Kevin, David, and Chris, stepping into the wrestling world in 1983 at just 19 years old. He joined Texas-based World Class Championship Wrestling, WCCW, where the Von Erichs were immensely popular and held high expectations from fans and family alike. While Mike may not have shared his brother's natural charisma or physical presence, he was admired for his dedication and loyalty to the family legacy. However, his career and life took a tragic turn in 1985 when he developed toxic shock syndrome after a shoulder surgery. This severe illness led to ongoing physical and psychological challenges, including depression and diminished performance in the ring, making it increasingly difficult for Mike to meet the expectations that surrounded him. Despite efforts to persevere, Mike's struggle with depression and the pressures of the family name became overwhelming. Tragically, he died by suicide at just 23 years old, his story serving as a somber reflection on the toll of fame, family legacy, and unresolved health battles within the wrestling industry. Mike's story stands as a poignant reminder of the unique challenges faced by professional wrestlers, particularly within high-profile wrestling families, and serves as a cautionary tale within the bittersweet legacy of the Von Erich name. Davey Boy Smith, revered in the wrestling world as the British Bulldog, was a legendary figure celebrated for his immense strength and magnetic presence in the ring. Born on November 27, 1962, in Manchester, England, Smith's life was cut tragically short at just 39 years old. His wrestling journey began in the late 1970s, when he trained under his esteemed father-in-law, the iconic Stu Hart, at the Hart family's famed wrestling school in Calgary, Canada. Rising to prominence in the 1980s, Smith became a household name in the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE, where he captivated audiences with his athleticism and raw power. Among his most iconic moments was his victory over Bret Hart at SummerSlam 1992, where he claimed the Intercontinental Championship before an electrified home crowd at London's Wembley Stadium. Known for his powerhouse physique and exceptional technique, Smith was feared and respected for his signature move, the running power slam, which became his emblem in the squared circle. Throughout his illustrious career, Smith held numerous titles, including the WWF Tag Team Championship and the WCW Tag Team Championship. He often teamed with his cousin, the Dynamite Kid, as part of the legendary British Bulldogs duo, renowned for their chemistry and influence on the tag team division. Smith's legacy endures beyond his wrestling accolades. Remembered as a devoted family man and a pioneer in the wrestling world, his posthumous induction into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2020 stands as a testament to his enduring impact on the sport. Davey Boy Smith remains an indelible icon, celebrated as one of professional wrestling's all-time greats. Big Boss Man, born Ray Traylor on May 2, 1963, in Atlanta, Georgia, was a well-known wrestler celebrated for his powerful presence and athletic skills. His career spanned decades and included major roles in top wrestling organizations like the WWF, now WWE, and WCW. Starting out in the early 1980s, Traylor became famous as Big Boss Man, a character inspired by a prison guard, complete with a uniform and nightstick. His tough, no-nonsense persona made him stand out, and his impressive size, agility, and charisma quickly won fans over. In the WWF, Big Boss Man was part of unforgettable feuds, including a high-profile rivalry with Hulk Hogan. He earned titles like the Hardcore Championship and the Tag Team Championships, adding to his success. Later, in WCW, he continued to be a major player, adapting to different wrestling styles and captivating audiences with his unique character. Big Boss Man passed away at 41, but his legacy lives on. His memorable character, strong in-ring abilities, and influence on wrestling are still celebrated by fans and fellow wrestlers today. Bobby Duncum Jr. was an American professional wrestler, born on June 24, 1965, in El Paso, Texas. Known for his strong physique and presence in the ring, Duncum Jr. was the son of respected wrestler Bobby Duncum Sr., which played a significant role in sparking his early interest in wrestling. He made his professional debut in 1987 and quickly gained recognition for his wrestling skills and charismatic personality. Throughout his career, Duncum Jr. competed for several wrestling promotions, including World Championship Wrestling, WCW, and the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, now WWE. One of his most notable roles was as part of the Texas Rednecks tag team in WCW, where his character resonated with fans. In addition to his charisma, Duncum Jr. was known for his technical wrestling ability, which enabled him to compete alongside some of the top talents in the industry. While Duncum Jr.'s wrestling career showed promise, he faced personal challenges, including struggles with substance abuse. These issues ultimately impacted his life and career. Tragically, his life was cut short when he passed away at the age of 35. His untimely death left a significant impact on the wrestling community and those who had worked with him. Bobby Duncum Jr. is remembered for his contributions to professional wrestling and for the dedication he showed to his craft. His legacy includes his time in the ring, where he entertained fans with his skills and passion for the sport. Though his career was brief, Duncum Jr. left a lasting impression on the industry and those who followed his work. Dominic Mysterio has rapidly risen through the ranks in WWE, driven not just by his legendary lineage but by his own undeniable talent and relentless drive. As the son of the legendary Rey Mysterio, Dominic was born into the world of professional wrestling, with the shadow of his father's legacy looming large. However, from the start, Dominic has sought to make his own name in WWE, showcasing his high-flying style and evolving persona. Though his journey in the ring has been fraught with challenges, both personal and physical, Dominic's perseverance and growth as a performer have made him one of WWE's most compelling superstars. Early beginnings, the making of Dominic Mysterio. Dominic's official WWE debut was one of the most highly anticipated moments in the company's history, not just because of who his father was, but because fans were eager to see if he could live up to the legacy of Rey Mysterio, one of the greatest luchadors in wrestling history. Dominic's first match came at SummerSlam 2020, where he faced off against Seth Rollins in a no-holds-barred match. The storyline leading into the match was intensely personal, as Rollins had attacked Rey Mysterio, Dominic's father, in the build-up. Despite the fact that this was Dominic's debut, he held his own in the ring, impressing both fans and critics alike with his athleticism, agility, and natural wrestling instincts. This match, although a losing effort for Dominic, was significant in proving that he could stand toe-to-toe with established WWE stars. His performance was a testament to his dedication to the craft and his potential to carve out his own legacy in the business. Dominic's first match was more than just a physical contest. It was a symbolic moment. It marked the beginning of a journey that would see him not only attempt to live up to the Mysterio family name, but also push the boundaries of his own potential. His debut at SummerSlam was just the beginning, and many more challenges awaited him in the years to come. Turning heel, Dominic Mysterio's transformation into a villain. As Dominic continued to grow in the ring, it became clear that his path was taking a different direction. In 2021, Dominic shocked the WWE Universe by turning his back on his father and joining the villainous faction known as Judgment Day. This was a monumental shift in his character, as he transitioned from the sympathetic, babyface rookie to a despised heel. His betrayal of Rey Mysterio, one of WWE's most beloved legends, created one of the most emotional storylines in recent WWE history. Dominic's decision to join Judgment Day was a pivotal moment in his career. The faction, led by Finn Balor and featuring Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, embraced a darker, more aggressive tone in WWE. Dominic's turn to the dark side allowed him to explore new facets of his persona, giving him the opportunity to embrace a more sinister character that made full use of his family's wrestling history. This character shift was not just a matter of turning against his father, but also embracing a darker, more self-serving ideology. Dominic's role in Judgment Day allowed him to gain significant exposure, especially in high-profile storylines, and showcased his versatility as a performer. While Rey Mysterio is celebrated for his acrobatic style and heartwarming persona, Dominic began to embrace the heel's mentality, selfish, arrogant, and manipulative, further distancing himself from the Mysterio legacy and carving his own identity in the process. The father-son rivalry that came as a result of this heel turn was one of WWE's most captivating stories in years. The emotional stakes were high, with Dominic's betrayal resonating deeply with fans who had watched him grow up on WWE television. The culmination of their feud, culminating in matches at WrestleMania, was a fitting tribute to the emotional intensity of their rivalry. Dominic's transformation into a villain was nothing short of remarkable, showing how far he had come as a performer. Dominic's psychological struggles, overcoming claustrophobia and trauma. While his rise in WWE has been meteoric, Dominic's journey has not been without its struggles. Beyond the physical demands of the wrestling business, Dominic has faced significant psychological challenges. One of the most notable issues he has dealt with is claustrophobia, a fear of confined spaces. This issue was revealed by WWE star Liv Morgan, who disclosed that Dominic had difficulty in situations where he was trapped or confined. For a wrestler, this could present a serious challenge, especially in stipulation matches like a cage match or the infamous shark cage matches where competitors are locked in a cage suspended above the ring. Claustrophobia is a psychological battle that can be difficult to overcome, and for a professional wrestler, it presents a very real concern. WWE has done a remarkable job of weaving this vulnerability into Dominic's character, showing a different side to him. It humanizes him, making him more relatable to fans who may struggle with their own personal fears. By publicly acknowledging his condition, Dominic not only connected with his audience, but also demonstrated a level of emotional maturity that added depth to his character. In addition to his claustrophobia, Dominic has also dealt with emotional trauma stemming from his arrest in a 2022 storyline. Though the arrest was part of WWE's scripted events and not real, the storyline triggered some lasting emotional distress for Dominic. The experience, even though part of the show, left him visibly shaken and added another layer to his complex persona. His vulnerability in the face of such trauma allowed fans to see him not just as a wrestler, but as a human being, dealing with personal demons just like anyone else. These psychological struggles have played a significant role in Dominic's development as both a performer and a person. While they may have been perceived as weaknesses at first, they have ultimately contributed to making him one of the most layered characters in WWE today. His battles with his inner fears resonate deeply with audiences and provide an emotional core to his already compelling in-ring persona. Real injury: Dominic Mysterio's road to recovery. In 2023, Dominic faced another serious challenge, this time in the form of a real-life injury. During a match on Monday Night Raw, Dominic suffered a torn Tommy John ligament in his arm, a condition more commonly seen in baseball players than in professional wrestlers. The injury was a significant setback, as it threatened to keep Dominic out of action for several months. Initial reports suggested that Dominic would require surgery to repair the damage, but in a later interview, he clarified that surgery wasn't necessary. Instead, he was undergoing rehabilitation and was hopeful of making a full recovery without the need for an invasive procedure. In an interview with The Ringer's Masked Man show, Dominic discussed his injury in detail, explaining that the injury was a freak accident, but that he was confident in his rehab process. "I had a slight tear in my Tommy John ligament, which was kind of a freak accident in the wrestling world. Because it's a baseball injury, I've been doing rehab twice a week, and I should be back soon," Dominic explained. His determination to heal and return to the ring as soon as possible speaks volumes about his commitment to his craft. Dominic's injury, while unfortunate, served as another test of his resilience. His willingness to endure the pain and put in the hard work required for his rehabilitation demonstrated his dedication to both his career and his fans. Fans are now eagerly awaiting his return, hopeful that he will come back stronger and ready to continue his role in Judgment Day. Dominic Mysterio's legacy: building his own name. Though he is the son of one of WWE's greatest legends, Dominic Mysterio has shown time and time again that he is more than just Rey Mysterio's son. His ability to adapt, evolve, and redefine himself has allowed him to carve out a unique legacy in WWE. Dominic is no longer seen as simply a young up-and-comer riding on his father's coattails, but as a top-tier performer in his own right. Dominic's evolution from a bright-eyed rookie to one of the most despised heels in WWE has been a sight to behold. His story is one of growth, not just in terms of his wrestling abilities, but also in his development as a character. By embracing the role of a villain, Dominic has proven that he can take risks and push the boundaries of what is expected from him. His betrayal of Rey Mysterio was not just a storyline. It was a defining moment that will be remembered for years to come. The emotional stakes of his rivalry with his father, Rey Mysterio, have cemented Dominic's place in WWE history. Their matches, culminating at WrestleMania, provided one of the most intense, emotional, and personal feuds the company has seen in recent years. Their storyline transcended traditional wrestling drama, touching on themes of family, betrayal, and legacy. Future prospects: what lies ahead for Dominic Mysterio? As Dominic Mysterio continues to recover from his injury and prepare for his return to the ring, the future looks incredibly bright. His affiliation with Judgment Day has allowed him to develop alongside some of WWE's most talented stars, and he has shown the world that he is capable of competing at the highest level. Dominic's in-ring ability, combined with his psychological depth, makes him one of the most intriguing performers in WWE today. Looking ahead, Dominic's career is filled with endless possibilities. His father's shadow may always loom over him, but he has proven that he is capable of standing on his own. Whether he continues to dominate as a villain or embarks on new storylines that challenge his character, Dominic Mysterio has already demonstrated the versatility and resilience required to thrive in WWE. As a member of Judgment Day or in a future role where he might seek redemption or establish new rivalries, Dominic's ability to evolve keeps his career unpredictable and exciting. With his growing in-ring skills, psychological depth, and ability to connect with the audience, Dominic's future in WWE holds great potential for further success and impact.